With all the Brexit news going on lately, it's very easy to miss some of the more devastating events that are happening. This is one of them, reported by Birmingham Live, and I'm going to link it all down below. Young autistic man with learning disabilities faces eviction over universal credit fiasco. Universal credits have been condemned for years because they just don't work. And again, unfortunately, as this young man is finding out, if you have any kind of disability, this government just doesn't see you as a human being. But let's get into this. A young man with learning disabilities has not had any income for more than 6 months because of universal credit failures. A 22-year-old who had been in foster care since he was 10 is now on the verge of eviction from his council flat. I just want to take a moment there. If you're in a council flat, surely the local authorities should know exactly what's happening. But again, universal credits doesn't work. Amber Rudd and every vile human being who has come before her keep pushing this notion. And every single hurdle, it fails. Okay, back to it. He told how he felt abandoned and unable to cope with the pressure of trying to make ends meet due to problems with his application for universal credits, compounded by his health issues. John has not received any universal credit payments since October, more than 6 months ago. His rent arrears have piled up and now total £5,830. Triggering the eviction notice from Birmingham City Council, he has been relying on the kindness of friends and food banks for his survival. Jesus fucking Christ. So every now and then, when I do these stories, when I share these stories, when I talk to people about this, trying to highlight how truly revolting this government is, sometimes I'll get a comment back as, well, no one's forced them to kill themselves. And again, I genuinely hope, touch wood, this doesn't happen with this young man. But this is the situation that people get forced into. Sometimes they have a physical disability where they physically cannot work. I read 3 stories this week alone, and we're only on Wednesday, of people who have been forced back into work or have been in hospital, literally fucking dying. And the DWP have cleared them, said that they're fit to work. This is what we have to contest with. Every single member of parliament who is in favour of universal credits should be removed from their office immediately. Regardless of which party they're in, regardless of whether they're left, whether they're right. It's a very simple question. Do you support universal credits? Any other answer than no, then get them out of office. They have no fucking point of being there. Let's read a little bit more. Quote, learning I was about to be evicted was a total shock. I did not know how bad things had got. It just sent me into a panic and I don't know what to do. I left foster care when I was 18 and initially I was living in supported accommodation. There was someone downstairs and I had meetings every day, every week to talk about things. But for more than a year I've been on my own in a flat and have had no help. It's the same for lots of kids leaving care. We are just abandoned. Sadly, that's actually shockingly true. Again, I work in social care. And while I don't work with children, I have looked after people in his position. And we don't have the funds, we don't have the time, we don't have the resources to follow up because we're so understaffed. And it's not because there isn't money in care. All that money goes to the top brass. I don't think I matter to them at all. I'm just another foster kid. They don't need to help anymore. I mean, it goes on. It's fucking heartbreaking. It really is. As far as I'm aware, there is a GoFundMe set up or something similar, either on the Facebook page where this was originally posted or on this Birmingham Live article. I will do my best to link them both. So if you do want to help the young lad, then absolutely go for it. But that's the thing in the situation we're in now. That's the thing with the Department of Work and Pensions. If you have any kind of disability, it doesn't matter if it's physical or mental, this government doesn't recognise you as a human being. They scarcely recognise anyone who's not wealthy. And that's the situation that we're in. So again, I genuinely don't care how good a politician is. There should be a very, very simple question. Are you in favour of universal credits? Yes or no? Now, I asked that question to Charlie Alfrick and he gave me a bullshit answer, but essentially it was yes, he does support universal credits. That should immediately disqualify him for being a member of Parliament. Universal credits are not fit for purpose. It is a disgusting attack on people who need a leg up. That's not what this government does. That's not what Conservatives do. And this is what happens. A young man who needs a bit of help. A young man who wouldn't be in this situation if universal credits, even if they fucking worked, but they don't. And this government, the Conservatives, Amber Rudd, Esther McVeigh, they keep pushing this notion that they do work and that it's only a handful of people who have suffered because of it. It's not true. Millions of people have suffered and will continue to suffer until universal credit is scrapped.